How y'all doing? Facts for the Ghost of Podcast. Today's segment is going to detail the Steelers' current two-game losing streak, which has placed them out of the playoffs currently right now. They are the 8th seed. Houston has surged past them, and they are the 7th seed in the AFC playoff picture. And I guess you could say there's various reasons why the Steelers have lost the last two games, and they are, or should I say, they currently have a 7-6 record. And actually, before they lost these last two games, they were 7-4. But the Steelers have had one of those rather unusual seasons, if that makes sense. They have been winning games this year by, I don't want to say luck, because the Steelers have an elite defense. Let's just put that out there. And I would like to think, for the most part, that's why they had a 7-4 record and were able to win. Were able to achieve that record because of their defense. Now we all know their offense has been inept. Let's just be honest here. It's been inept. They have not had good quarterback play all season. I mean, it is what it is. If you watch the Steelers on offense, what does the eye test tell you? You don't need analytics. You don't need to be a super genius. You don't need to basically look at the Steelers and see that their problems on offense is just a complicated, fix, or it's a complicated reasons why. No, the reasons are not complicated at all. The reasons are obvious. At least in my opinion, they're obvious. It's the quarterback play. Kenny Pickett, before he went down with an injury and he had to have surgery, I believe it was his ankle. But before he sustained that injury, they was not getting adequate quarterback play from Kenny Pickett. Okay, then you go to Mitchell Trubisky. And we already know the story of Mitchell Trubisky's career. He's, been a backup. Serviceable backup. But he was a high draft pick years ago, right? And I believe he was a high draft pick for the Chicago Bears, I believe. But we all know his trajectory as far as Mitchell Trubisky's career, or should I say, his career as a quarterback. There we go. We all know that he was projected to be, one of the elite quarterbacks in the game by now. If that makes sense. Okay, but we all know the story. We all know how that story ended. No, he's a serviceable backup now. But again, they're not getting adequate quarterback play at that position. And I think that's what's holding the Steelers back. It's the quarterback position. A lot of people want to put this on Mike Tomlin. I'm finding that hard to believe. I'm not ready to put this on Mike Tomlin. I would have to reserve my analysis on Mike Tomlin at a later day, because Mike Tomlin is one of the elite head coaches in the game, in my opinion. So I can't put this on Mike Tomlin simply because they're not getting adequate quarterback play at that position. And I really think that's what's holding the Steelers back. I think, and someone mentioned this on one of those analysts, mentioned this morning, that if Kirk Cousins was on this team, yeah, I would like to think if they had that type of quarterback. And we all know Kirk he's not elite, but Kirk is better than average, if that makes sense. At least in my opinion, Kirk is. He's not elite, but imagine if Kirk Cousins was playing for the Steelers. What do you think the Steelers would be if they had Kirk Cousins on this team playing at the quarterback position? Because if you look at the receivers of that, Dante Johnson and George Pickens, I believe, these dudes have talent. They're talented receivers. The problem is they don't have a quarterback that can get them the ball. So they have a talented running back. What's his name? Jay Warren or something like that, I believe. But again, They have talent on offense. I just don't think they have the quarterback. I think that's what's holding them back more than anything is the quarterback play. They got two quarterbacks who can't read defenses. They got two quarterbacks who just can't get the ball downfield. They got two quarterbacks who just are not accurate throwing the ball. And the opposing teams know this. That's how come they play the Steelers, on tight coverages. They don't play for the deep ball. They get up on the receivers, they chuck them at the line, and so forth. So this is how opposing teams defend the Steelers. Hey, put 8 in the box, defend the run, and watch for the slant patterns, watch for the hook patterns, and so forth, right? So, yeah, they don't have a quarterback that get the ball downfield. They don't have a quarterback that can read defenses. They don't have a quarterback that can, throw the ball with accuracy, in my opinion. I think that's what's holding the Steelers back. It's strictly the quarterback play. I could be wrong, but I really think that's what's holding them back. And for the Steelers to lose the last 2 games to 2 of the worst teams in the NFL, in the Arizona Cardinals and the New England Patriots last night, a New England Patriots team that hasn't put points on the board in the past 3 weeks, and you allow them to come in and put 21 on your head last night, again, I think it's the quarterback play. I think that's what's holding the Steelers back. Again, imagine if they had Kirk Cousins. What would the Steelers' record be right now? I would like to think they would either be leading the AFC, they would either have a number 1 seed or a number 2 seed in the AFC playoff race, right? Or they would be right behind Baltimore, fighting for the AFC divisional North Crown. I really believe that's where the Steelers would be if they had a quarterback like Kirk Cousins, who's better than average, right? I mean, ask yourself this question. Who would you rather have? Mitchell Trubisky, Kenny Pickett, or Kirk Cousins? There it is. Okay. So, yeah, I believe this is what's holding the Steelers back. I believe this is why they're currently on a 2-game losing streak. I believe this is why they lost the last 2 games against 2 of the worst teams in the NFL, in the Arizona Cardinals and the New England Patriots. I really believe this is what's holding them back, the quarterback position. And until they can fix that issue, and it might be too late this year, because again, they're out of the playoff race currently right now. They are the 8th seed, and Houston is number 7. Houston has surged past the Steelers, so now Houston has the number 7 seed in the AFC playoff picture. So it might be too late this season. I don't know, and I don't even know if they can fix the quarterback position right now. It might be too late. Could be wrong, but it might be too late for them to address the quarterback position this season. But they have to do something next season because, yeah, Steelers have an elite defense, and they have talented players on the offensive end. They don't have the quarterback, in my opinion. But that's all I have to report. Y'all take care. You stay blessed out there. Facts on the Ghost of Podcast. DJ Lottie Dottie. The likes I appreciate. The views I appreciate more. One love. Later.